This video is brought to you by SailRite. Visit sailrite.com for all your project supplies, tools, and instructions. Upholstery seating may contain a slightly higher and rounded section of foam at the front of the seat or along the top of the backrest cushion. This foam ridge, sometimes called knee rise or bolster, helps to support the individual, cupping them snugly into the seat by lifting their legs slightly. If you need new bolster foam that is rounded on two sides but flat on the bottom, you may not know that you can make it yourself from regular square sections of foam. We're going to show you how that's done in this video.
To make our rounded bolster, we're going to use a square piece of foam. And with that square piece of foam, we're going to take 1 inch and we're going to wrap it around it to give it a curved look. Now before we wrap it, we're going to cut out some of the foam at the corners, and we'll be showing you how to do that. But in able to do this, we need to take measurements to calculate for the 1 inch foam that we're going to add. So when I look down the foam, I can see that if I put a mark there, that's going to be 1 inch. If I look here, I don't want to measure at the compressed section. I want to look and see where the highest point of the foam is, right there, and that is 1 inch there because it's higher over here than it is here. And then if I look down this side, right there. So if I measure from this, I get 4.5 inches. And if I measure the height, I'm a little bit under 4, but I'm going to go with 4 inches. So I'm going to cut a 4-inch thick foam 4.5 inches wide, and that'll be my block. Now look over here. We have a little flap of fabric that is basically the top of my backrest. All we have to do for that, so imagine this is our block if I had it cut right, is I would run this 1 inch down to create that.
Here's a look ahead at the finished bolster foam as we glue it to this pontoon's backrest cushion seat.
So this is my 4-inch thick foam. I'm measuring at 4.5. I'll put a few marks and strike a line. So we're using the blade foam saw, and it has a flat base with rollers on the bottom, which will give us an almost perfect 90-degree cut on the foam. I am placing marks so that I can hopefully more consistently cut the corners, and I'm only taking off basically a random amount that I'm determining for the roundness that I want. I suppose if you wanted to make it more of a rounded look, you take off a little bit more of the corners, making sure my foam is straight, because the foam never sits very straight. Perfect. So there's one corner. I'll do the same thing to this one. Now you can take this base off, which I think is helpful for this kind of stuff. So I'm going to just loosen the screw, and then I find it better to take the base off by putting it on the floor, and then with your shoes on so you don't get cut, just wiggle it. The base comes right off. Now if you had a second helper, you wouldn't have to use a weight like this. I'm going to put the weight close to the end because the end seems to vibrate more than anything when you start. So as you can see, what I'm trying to do is just stay on my black lines. Now I can move this weight down now that it started.
If you don't have a professional foam cutter like the SailRite blade foam saw, you can use an electric kitchen knife, as long as your foam is not a high-density foam. It does work, but not nearly as well as the SailRite blade foam saw.
Now what we have here is a spaghetti lid off of a glass jar that we punched holes in with a screw. And if you don't have a saw like this, this is a sharp edge, you can actually use this and sculpt the foam. And we have a whole video on how to do this, but you'll notice right away Look at that edge. So you can use something like this if you'd like. Now I'm taking a soft tape measure and just measuring down the edge of the table and down here. Remember, we have to have extra foam, so we're going to cut a piece of foam 14 inches. We'll have too much, but I'd rather have too much than too little. You can actually cut 1-inch foam pretty easily with scissors if you'd like. And the edge isn't bad. But to make fast work of it, I'm going to use the Sailrite blade foam saw. We're going to use foam lock spray adhesive, and we're going to spray both surfaces.
This contoured bolster is being made for the top of a backrest on a pontoon boat. So we're using a medium density, medium firmness foam for the block and a medium density soft firmness foam for the 1-inch topper.
Okay, you have to wait for the glue to tack up, which it has. And a simple way to do this is to actually do it like this. Okay, so that's on there. Now I didn't press down hard yet. I have to roll it because we're trying to roll it over the top. And this kind of, unfortunately, you're going to get your hands a little bit sticky. The bottom side doesn't have any glue on it. So I'm going to press down a little bit just to make sure that it brings this foam with it. Then from the middle position, I'm going to start rolling. Applying pressure as I roll, making sure everything's staying glued together. Good. And then roll again. Now I don't have to worry about touching the glue.
I do often get glue on my fingers, and it does take a pretty aggressive soap to get it off, or a solvent. Try to avoid that. You may want to wear gloves.
If it looks like you've glued a little bit crooked here, like this one doesn't look as compressed, I can peel it up if I get to it right away and compress it a little bit more. So I'm going to look down the table, let's make sure it's straight on there, and see if it looks like it's pretty consistently rolled. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks like it needs to come down here a little bit. So what foam did we use to make this? We used a 1-inch soft, medium density foam for the roll, and we used a medium density foam for our block underneath. And it's very soft and very rounded. This approach works great.
It is only through your loyal patronage to Sailrite that makes these free videos possible. Thanks for your loyal support.